My message for today is it just takes time. That's all, it just takes time. And if you're putting things off, stop putting things off. And if you're worrying if you're good enough, stop worrying if you're good enough. You're good enough. Just do it. So for me, man, I really wanted to make games for a living. I really wanted to be part of the games industry. But this was like a long time ago, and I didn't know how to do it. There was no such role as designer. There weren't all the cool engines and software and platforms, and mobile wasn't invented yet. Well, there was sort of mobile, but like those big, you had to carry around a car and then put your head inside the car, and that was mobile phones back in the day, something like that. But there weren't all the opportunities that there are now. So for me, I wanted to make games, but I didn't know how to go about doing it. And I kind of poked around a little bit, then I'm like, well, I guess it's just not gonna happen. And I put it off for years and years. It was around about 8 years, I think, from the time of like, I really want to make games, to now I'm going to do it. 8 years. And that was 8 years of me being like, I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing, but not as much as if I was doing that. And so if you've got right inside you there, if you've got this dream, you love games, you love talking about them, you love thinking about them, you love playing them, you love designing them, you love creating them, any of that kind of good stuff, then it's just a matter of time between being wherever you are now and being good enough to do this as a living. And so my message to you is, I wish I hadn't waited so long. I wish I'd been investing. I wish there were the tools, but that's a little bit of a cop-out, right? I could have figured it out. I could have made it work. But I put it off. I'm like, this is too hard. I don't know how to do it. Don't do that for you. You've got everything you need. You've got everything around you to go for it. So invest the time. If you're sitting there right now saying, I kind of wish I could do this, but I don't know about it, man. I don't know if I can do it. You can do it. If you're thinking, it's going to take so long, or I'm so shit at the moment, or I'd love to be better, but I'm not, or I don't know if I can make money. Look, seriously, listen to me on this. Listen to me. Really listen to me. If you're sitting there procrastinating your butt off, and you're like, it's going to take so long, if it's going to take you a year to get good enough to make games, then start that year now. If you put in an hour a day, maybe your year is gonna end up being 10 years. So you're gonna put in 2 hours a day, 5 years, 3 hours a day. What's that? 2.5 years. Terrible math. So however much effort you put in now, that's gonna reduce the amount of calendar time until you're good enough. So put in the time, work your butt off, work the weekends, get up early. That's the only thing that has people who are successful. That's how they succeed. They put in the hours, they put in the work. I get a lot of people contacting me saying, you know what, Rick, this is not working out. Well, how long have you been doing it for? Couple of months. How many hours a week are you spending? 3 or 4. Well then, of course you're gonna fail. That's not enough investment. So put in the time, stop procrastinating. It is gonna take time, but invest in it. Don't end up like an old fart like me looking back on his life saying, damn, I wish I had started earlier. Wherever you are right now is earlier. So jump in and start, put in the hours, put in the effort, devote yourself to it, and live the dream, because it is a freaking awesome dream.